Welcome back, everyone. Let's play Rule the Waves 3 as Germany, episode number, fade away. Turn down the fan. Episode number 43. Okay, what's going on here? I know that I had a few very sensible individuals reminding me that Cameroon needs some defenses. What? It has one. Well, just one, but that's not bad. I am content to maybe even give it, well, let's give it one more. I was going to give it two, but we're not under a great threat of invasion. You know, it's funny to think that we could actually delete all... We could probably... What's the range? Yeah, I think that... Angola is like... I mean, it could still be the target of some kind of mission. But I think if you're able to secure every item in a sea region, every territory, I don't even think there's a strong reason to fortify it. It could still be a bombardment target or whatever, but it's very, very unlikely the battle generator is going to generate that in a region where the enemy doesn't have territory because they're unlikely to have ships there. Okay, anyway, on the other news, what other news is there? We have the Gutes Eichhorchen. I don't think that was my name. I also don't remember what were the outstanding comments from the last video. Besides, building up our fortifications. But I do see some obsolete Blitzdrakas. So let's get to the business at hand, which is fixing these guys up. 8,000. That's not, that's honestly not terrible. I think that this is where machinery may end up paying. No, I mean, okay, so it only frees up 200. Let's go to oil. 500. And that is 3 knots. We actually got this is good. So you can get 3 knots out of it. Now we don't have to use the 500 tons that are now available for that. What's even more hilarious is we could get 3 knots and then bulge it, and it's effectively 1 knot with 500 tons. Plus torpedo defense. And I guess we can go up even further. So that means this is speed 22 with torpedo defense and 120 remaining. Go to director. Good lord, this is practically the cost of a new ship. I mean, this is the cost of a new ship. 85,000, 86,000, I guess. And the rebuild that we have queued, it is more than 1/3 the cost of that. I mean, torpedo defense is great. It's very, very important. It's hard to say it's worth 1/3 of a new ship. I mean, we could just lose a Blitzdraka to a torpedo and build another one. Now, it doesn't really work that way as far as the battle goes. The battle would still be lost. We'd lose victory points, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. We don't have to go that extreme with it either. Like, is the bulging the thing which costs the most? No, it's just increasing the... It's amazing to me how expensive it is to just increase the speed. So it's not the bulging which costs the money, but it's the extra speed you can get from bulging it, which is not worth doing. I don't suppose we have better 6-inch guns. We do not. I'm sure we then don't have better 12-inch guns. Okay, so 18,000. This is less than 1/4 of the cost, but all we've done is upgrade the speed by 2 knots. And it's fair to say, we've also made it oil versus coal, which means it won't lose speed as the battle progresses. I feel like I just get stuck in these loops trying to figure out whether or not I can justify replacing machinery. And the answer is almost always, inevitably, no. Try as I might, I can't. It's really hard to justify that cost. I mean, you think, okay, it's not that bad. It's just, oh god, it's 1/4 the cost of a new ship, just to get 2 knots and oil. But then you can also rebut that argument with the fact that the battle generator is less likely to put all your ships in, so every ship is kind of more valuable than it's more valuable than you think, or than I think. Something like that. Well, I do need to upgrade these. Just I'm stuck on what exactly I should do. Director firing, that's a no-brainer. We can take down 1 round per gun to get enough for directors. And this is a pretty cheap refit. Yeah, not super cheap because it's still director guns, but I think this is the safe choice. We can always replace the machinery later. Oh, right. Right. So we built this in the US. Thank you. That was one of the things that people said. We built it in the US, so if we just wait. Oh, USA now has that stuff too. Okay, well, we'll build it in the local yard. No reason to send it off to the US. We can do it just fine over here. Yeah, and increase director. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, this is going to be, unfortunately, a little bit expensive to do. My god, they really squeezed the most they can into this little real estate. So, director firing, does it mean we're able to maybe take off a little bit more ammunition? I think it does. We're getting down to numbers I'm not super comfortable with. But that's just the way it's got to be, I guess. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call this one a refit. And we'll build 3 of them because we have money. Gotta do these refits, and we probably need to spend more money. What is your refit date? You're built in 1913, so I don't think your refit date was 1910. There's a parentheses here, but that means it was refit. It was 1913. Ah, okay, so it was built in 1910 and refit in 1913? It's a little bit strange. Anyway, we'll leave it as is. 1913's not that long ago. 1909, he's getting a little bit older. Are these guys maybe up for retirement? We've been starting to retire ships. 8-inch guns, quality -1. These are awful. I think the answer is yes, but the reason why you might not want to retire them is just because they're, I think, in Northeast Asia. Yeah. So they don't really need to be that... Wow, they're down to 18 knots. It could be worse. I mean, these are at least semi-functional compared to some of the ones that we were getting rid of. And the Kriegsweissen? How are you looking? Yeah, this is much more respectable. I really don't like the quality -1 6-inch guns. But in a lot of other ways, you're quite respectable. However, what I could do, and I guess what I need to do is build battle cruisers in order to make this viable, or build the armored cruiser. I mean, we didn't we start working on one? No, that's the Corvette. Whoops. I don't think I saved it, you know? Yeah, I saved some battlecruiser 1916, which, you know, would at this point not be the kind of battlecruiser we'd want. Because it's no longer 1916. But I guess we could go back and design another, or like pretend to design another armored cruiser. Well, heavy cruiser, I should say. Don't we have... Are you allowed triple turrets on the front? Wow, not even on nothing. Do this. Ships overweight, that's fine. 10-inch guns, that's pretty good. 6-inch guns for secondaries. Sounds good to me. I don't really care about the tertiaries. Although you could make an argument for it, knowing that one day, maybe 4-inch guns there, we could have dual purpose guns. Wow, they went with 7-inch belt. That's pretty darn high. Maybe unnecessarily so. Go with 1 on the deck extended. Conning tower just does not need to be that high. Yeah, I could see that. Secondary is down to 2. Wow, this even has torpedo defense too. This is quite a heavy cruiser. Now, it's only 28 knots, and it's going to take 500 tons to get it to 29. Well, I think it would be viable to build this thing. But at the same time, it's 62,000, and you know what? That Blitzdrache was at 80,000. And that Blitzdrache is going to just do so much better in combat. Maybe it's time to add another Oktoberfest. These guys are 24 knot. They're actually pretty quick. I did not realize we made them that fast. Or to flirt with the idea of making another battlecruiser. Oh, this is ugly as sin. My goodness. That's just awful. So ugly. But ignoring that for the moment, what do we have? Okay, we have quality 0 16-inch guns. What were the Oktoberfest made with? Yes, they were. Thank God. That's a nice battleship. I really like that thing. You know, I feel like if we can just hold on a little bit longer, though, we might get the ship design stuff, which is going to increase, which allows us to increase the speed and have triple turrets. We have these we have the improved triple turrets. We want to use them. Oh, tensions, budget. Oh, that's right. We have aircraft going on. I forgot about that. Torpedo bomber in 1 more month. And also our float plane carrier in 1 month. Well, let me just do context. Quick context check. I didn't realize, by the way, that apparently somebody mentioned nations that lose wars to you get a makeup budget. That's so sad, man. That's like the opposite of what you want to happen as a player. I mean, I would rather it be something like other AI nations are more aggressive towards you than like you spend all your you do all this hard work eliminating a nation, or defeating them, not eliminating them, but defeating them in war. It's just very frustrating to see them come back stronger, like intentionally. I don't know how to quite put my thoughts to words there, but hopefully it makes sense. It's like a personal injury. Gosh, we really need more. Alright, let's just check one more time. These guys are they're old too. They're very old. Okay, it's 60,000. Man, I think we should just go with a heavy cruiser. Man. What if we do a 16-inch gun battle cruiser? Okay, they started it for me. This only has 3 turrets. It's one way of doing it. So you can't have the aft. Yeah, really can't. What technology is that in again? Is it ship design? I hope it is. We've gone pretty heavy on the aircraft carrier related research. Maybe we ought not to do that. It's really hard to pick something that you don't want to improve. Light forces and torpedo warfare. This is going to give us better torpedoes, but otherwise... No, torpedo technology is that one. Maybe we have stumbled into enough technologies that we could wait a little bit on this. We already have destroyers of 1,500 tons. I don't think we need much more than that. You can get quintuple torpedo tube mounts, but I don't think that's very important at all. I think what we're missing is above water tubes on all ships. That's also not too important though. I'm going to move this down to low, just because I need to prioritize ship design more. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, improved triple turrets. Well, they're good. Good job, Japan. It's a smart move. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. Torpedo bombers. Best speed is in the middle. Best range as well. No firepower. Low toughness. They all carry the same bomb load. But 64 range heavy, which is where you have to carry the torpedo. And the fastest speed, it's just got to be the Focke-Wulf here. Alright, let's pretend like we want to rework the design. I don't think, wow, we're exactly at 0, so we're not going to rework it, that's for sure. And this was how many again? 5. Fair enough. Let's just get one of them. I very rarely just get one, but I am going to just get one. We're still, our budget, man, we need to... It's just not super clear to me. What to do next? If we had the technology would allow us to do the triple turrets on the A and Y, I would build a battle cruiser or a heavy cruiser. But I feel a little restricted because of that inability. And I know we could get around it. We could just build 4 double turrets, or even, I mean, we already did this kind of with the Oktoberfest. That's a good ship. And basically, it's kind of staring us right in the face. If we were to take this, probably even could trim down the tonnage a little bit, but whack off 3 inches of belt armor, maybe a little bit of deck and some turret armor. We'd probably be getting ourselves the space we needed to increase the speed to at least 27, 28. I think 28 would be good for a battlecruiser. We probably don't need much more than that. Okay, now that these guys are finished, we definitely want to... I want to build 10 additional cruisers. Okay. We'll do it. We're going to go ahead and build light cruisers then. Okay, very good. They improved it. And it is definitely better. Oh, it actually even carries bombs potentially. We definitely won't be using it in that role, but... Okay, so we have a couple months, but we really don't have a couple months because we're at the tipping point. What is this? 520? We're nearly at the tipping point, but we have to design it this turn. We're not going to build them this turn, but we have to design them this turn. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do? We're going to get 10 light cruisers, and these light cruisers may be still that old style where we're going with the very lightweight what did I call this? The blockade point cruisers. I don't know exactly what their name was. But yeah, that's their role. I mean, this one's even pretty good. Just bump the speed up to like 28, make them modern. We'll go with 6-inch guns, I think, though. More torpedo tubes. No, don't. And these are underwater torpedo mounts, I think. Yeah, and we can get surface mounted ones. Okay, good. So this is very interesting. We can actually put together some kind of interesting looking light cruiser. We can. I'm not sure if we want to go with the blockade style again or not. 28, that is exactly what I was thinking. 21, that seems fine to me. 1.51, that seems fine as well. Conning tower down to 2. Turrets, I know it's expensive, but I would prefer them to be armored. No, we're going to get oil. Unit machinery makes sense on these guys. 28 knots, 5,000. Where's our... God, is it just... It is, man. It's so expensive. Damn, it's so expensive. A short-range blockade cruiser? Does that even make sense? Well, to a degree, yes, actually. I might try the short-range one. Are the other ones short-range? No, like none of them are short-range. Okay, well, this will be a short-range light cruiser. That doesn't make sense to me. I kind of like feel like light cruisers are your power projection means, but yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll just this will be experimental. But we're gonna do it. So maybe we can get up to 27. I would prefer that. We'll try to find a way. I mean, even if we have to increase the tonnage, but then it's not really the role. What the heck is going on with these guns, though? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's even better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? They went with the 1, 2. Crazy. Interesting decision. The super firing rear aft center line. It's not super firing. Sorry, I misspoke, but it's an interesting one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5 6-inch gun broadside, which is good. It can go 27 knots. It's oil. It has a lot of torpedoes. It's not super heavily armored. What was the trick with the other light cruisers? Did I make them so cheap just because I made them very slow? I guess if we go down to 26 knots, which is pretty slow, I wanted 28. Even 27 I feel like is a little bit on the low end of things. But there's just no other way okay, we'll do inclined belt as well. I can't think of a way to get any more space back. Alright. 2, I think we will take them down from turrets to shielded gun mounts. It just gives us a whole bunch. In fact, doing that, we can almost get 28 knots. But you know what? Forget the 28 knots. Let's just forget about that. We'll probably just focus on decreasing the size of the ship. So we can get it down. I mean, that's a pretty good jump right there. Let's put it at 5,100 and just use that as the official weight that this ship is going to be. Like that is... Like, no more, we're not going to think about it. We're just going to live with this. Wow. Could actually upgrade that. 160 is a good number. Director already. Do we have quads? Yeah, maximum 3. Just thought I'd ask, but that's fine. This is still 6 torpedoes broadside. It's pretty good. And you know what? I think that this is good enough to make. We're making 10 of them, so I hope to God they're okay. Yeah, I think it looks alright. Let's get a name. Well, everyone say hello to the Showy class. I mean, is this a cat's name? I'm just guessing from the person submitting this, it might be a cat's name. But I love it. I like the name. I like the person who submitted it. So here we go. And this thing is going to get 10. It's going to be a huge class. So we do really, really hope Tortuga's not messing up by building this thing. I would have preferred 2 inches. Some splinter damage is possible through that deck. And we're doing all or nothing. So belt extended does not make as much sense. I don't think we can get away with... No, we can't. We'll go ahead and leave it like this. This is 145 though. Is that enough? No, it's not. Jeez. But I mean, what do you even do with the remainder? Okay, you know what? We've been talking about the 6-inch broadside. This is 2-inch. So this is 2 guns going nose on with somebody. Is that important to us? Because if not, we can do the very much more traditional thing and just add 1 A turret. And now we're at 220. Not enough. Ooh, wow. It basically is enough. I'm not even sure if unit machinery makes sense considering we're only going 27 knots. This is not a super fast ship. And again, I should be trying to minimize the complement. So that's another thing we could do is instead of trying to get 28 knots, which we're practically at, but it might not be necessary, let's just drop this thing down. Good, we can drop it down to 4,600. Let me take a look at the difference. 18.5. Yeah, 18.5 to 19.9. It does make a pretty significant difference in the price. And the only thing we're changing here is the tonnage. Now, tonnage is hit points, so there is merit in keeping it a little bit more expensive. I mean, I do like the sound of 4,700 tons. That has a nice little ring to it. Let's do the 4,700 tons. What do we want to earn back? I mean, what do we want to spend the extra tonnage on? How about 1 and 2 for our turrets in the front? How much is it to take it back to medium? That's another thing we could do. No, I want to... This is an experiment. I want to see how valuable they end up being just with short range. It's going to be a learning experience. I like that we have the nice belt, decent deck. It just would be too much to try to get that up to 2. Try as I might. This is super expensive. 60 tons remaining, I mean. Interesting that the rounds per gun affects the monthly cost. It does not make sense to me. Maybe they're trying to account for replacing ammo that they're not going to spend on almost any month. I don't know. This is quite a lot of rounds, but I don't think we need any more than this. Flight deck? No, not flight deck. Rashni? Oh my goodness. We're really close to adding a float plane, that is fascinating. Wow. So it's going to take 80 for us to do it. Can we get... I would still like to have the extra torpedoes. No, this is still a 5 torpedo broadside. That's not bad. Top side load is fine. Oh, okay, this button now shows you what's going on. That's good to see. I'm happy that they did that. Oh my god, it has mines. And that is exactly where the rest of our tonnage can go. Okay, cool. This is so perfect. It's got a float plane. It's 4,700 tons. I love it. I think it's great. So this is pretty early on, 1918, and we already have ships carrying little float planes with them. And if you're going to have a ship carrying a float plane, why not have it be a light cruiser? Okay. Wait. Ships without a hangar cannot have more aircraft than catapults? They can't just crane this thing over the side and let it float plane itself away? Because I don't think we have catapults. Oh, such a fun idea. This game is just ruining everything. This game that both doesn't ruin everything because it's the one that gives us the chance of doing it, and then also ruins it when we can't do it when we want to. Man, I still have 50 tons remaining, and I'm not really sure what we would do with that. Okay, let's just put it back into ammunition, I guess. 165. We'll have 37 tons remaining. We'll be able to do improved director on these things if we want. And we'll just leave a little bit as like float tonnage, basically. I don't have anything that I could really benefit. I mean, we could do like 2.5. Nah, it's just, it's not even worth it. It's funny that I just really don't even think it's worth it. So we won't do it. Okay, save and finish. Right. Alright, 2 months we'll just start building those things out. It looks like the Gregor Muckenbergers, very conveniently. Diesel generators, good. Red on Q have become obsolete, and we do have a whole bunch of these guys in Western Europe, so let's refit the ones in Northern Europe first. I think this is just a nothing refit. They have the old protected cruiser, coal. Yeah, I am happy that we are redoing these guys. Should we just make them a little bit overweight? We have a conundrum. Could go to central. No. Could bulge them if we want to make everyone mad. You know, honestly, they're not so bad. Bulge speed would be 21, although they're going to drop in speed. They already are, 22. They'd be 20 knots. That's pretty darn slow. I mean, 23 is already slow. Yeah, I guess that these guys are just going to get... They're just going to have to be replaced sooner or later. But how about later? We're about to get new light cruisers. Those guys are going to be more of the combat line. We can keep everyone else there, but... So basically the new light cruisers are not really trade protection cruisers. They're real cruisers. In which case I probably should design them a little bit better, but they're still going to work with the blockade point scheme. They're more expensive, but they're still cheaper than I would make, you know. And I'm trying to talk myself into not even upgrading the director here. It's really hard to do that, though. We could definitely get the tonnage if we drop the rounds per gun, which is probably worth it because you'll hit more often with director anyway. It just means that they're going to take 12 months, and then I want to substitute these guys in West Africa. It's going to take so long to do that. But you know what? I think that that's still the right call. So stupid. 12 months. It's basically the same design. I mean, how funny is it? I didn't attempt to make the Gregor Markenberger the same. I mean, the new ship. The Shoty? Whatever it was. I did not intend to make the new one exactly the same. The 2.5, 1.5, 222. That's, I mean, that's totally a coincidence. But I guess it goes to show you that we found something that seems to work. And I really did like the way these perform, so I'm happy that, unwittingly I chose the same thing. Yeah, 12 months is a long time to wait, but you know what? I think it's still the right call. The director is the better. It's the right decision. I can't believe these things are only 3,500 tons. They are very effective for 3,500 tons. Alright, so a whole year, but that's fine. No improved director for them. I guess that'll be the curtain call. And we can actually deploy like some Bodenseas, whatever, to West Africa instead. Just put 5 down there. I mean, they're practically the same. And we only need 4. Let's put 4 down there, and then we'll be able to get the other ones started. Good. 1910. These guys are also all over the map. I thought I was just building a ton of these new Osnabrücks and just going to let them go. And first of all, everyone to reserve. Ooh, yeah, sure. Then we got to go back over here and undo that by sending some of these ships to foreign station. This is the Colonial or no? No, I don't think you can. They're too small. And these guys have mine sweeping, but no, mines. 10 mines, okay. Don't I need a minesweeper though? I don't think I have one. No, these guys are minesweepers. So does that notification not appear? MS, okay, so it appears here. And all of my corvettes are minesweepers. That's actually, I'm very happy with that. So since they're the same tonnage, let's just put the Griefs somewhere else instead. Who's going where right now? They already are going other places. I guess that we should be able to tell how, well, yeah, anyways, the foreign tonnage thing. I want to do something in this episode besides just stare at the foreign tonnage screen. Okay, they want to buy efficient hull form. I mean, that's the Austro-Hungarians we're just not going to interact with. We started to get heavy AA. That's interesting. I mean, light AA, but heavy machine guns that we use as AA. Alright, the Showy or Showy. We'll go to rework the design just to make sure it's still... Yes, something happened. No, 37. I think it's the same. And actually, it doesn't matter. We had tonnage left over anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and build her. Yeah, we're over the limit, so we need to build 10. We don't need to build 10. Wow. This is not even going to help. Jeez. God. Can't be done, can it? More than 24? Just not right. It's just not right. Can't bring myself to do it. Expand. Expand whatever. Go to areas. What's our limit right now? Sub-ops. I didn't even realize. Operations value. Okay, so this is a value. It's like we have 458 subs? That's just insane. Okay, so base capacity is like mediocre in Indian Ocean, bad in the Caribbean. Let's just upgrade these things. I mean, we need to spend money anyway. Right. I need to click on something. Yeah, build a naval base here. Go to the Caribbean. If we don't have 3 already, yeah, I'm going to build another fortification here. In fact, I think I'll build a 10-inch one. And then build up the naval base as well. Not just because we need to lose budget quickly. We need to thin out. We're going to be fine on tonnage there. 2 6-inches is fine. Yeah, that's actually completely okay. How are we doing over here? Did we ever build 6-inch batteries? 6-inch. And a 10-inch there as well. I would love to go to war with Russia. I think they made an alliance with somebody, didn't they? Austria-Hungary. Okay, we don't care about that. Bring it on. Yeah, so another thing is somebody suggested maybe increasing intel with the British to try to steal some tech. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll sell it. Improve depth charges. Okay. Develop torpedo bomb. Yeah, we'll buy it just because we need the money. I mean, we need to spend the money anyway. Much better range, actually. That's good. Oh, wait. This is the one in service. So theirs is just much, much tougher. But it's like 50 miles is just so tiny. I mean, no, these are all tiny. Let's just do it. Now we still need to design a new ship. Not a cruiser, because we have, you know, probably enough of those. I don't even know why I built 24. It's a question I'll probably ask myself for years to come. Why did I build 24 that one time? Because I was tired, I wasn't thinking. And I saw that I needed to build more ships to get our balance down. It's got to be time to build something big, man. If we have this much budget, I just got to build something big. Yeah, what the heck? You got me all excited. That's what I want to build. Yes. There is another way around this problem, by the way. I could just make a super slow battleship. I hate that idea. But wait a second. But wait a second. But wait a second. I've never tried this. How much would it be to replace machinery? What if we left enough tonnage on like an empty shell of a hull so that it can go past 18 knots as soon as we get the technology? I have no idea. I don't even know how that works. But I don't know. I'm starting to think crazy things. Just give me the... It's almost 1920 for crying out loud. Yep, let's do it. Oh, wow. Some misguided elements are resisting our control over their nation. Well, that doesn't sound disconcerting at all. Okay, but first things first, let's build fortifications. Get that going. Okay, what about a new destroyer? I know that people were talking about destroyers having the unit machinery. I think we could do that. How are we doing on destroyers compared to other people? Yeah, I feel like destroyers is an area where we could expand. We're waiting for that stupid tech anyway, so let's do it. Alright, unit machinery, speed, 33. Short range as usual. Just, that's the way it's gotta be. Superimposed? Hell no. Take 3-inch guns and then just give me all the torpedoes. Do we have quads? We do. Then don't talk to me about triples, only give me quads. We're overweight. I didn't even notice. Oh, what's going on? We're overweight? Oh, we're even overweight without unit machinery. Well, taking this thing down to 32 does give us quite a boon. Oh, interesting. Wait, go back up. 22. Because look at that, we have mines. I would like to max these out as well, whatever we end up doing. So I mean, we could take it down to 9. That's the opposite of the direction I wanted to go. Although 180, geez, it takes 20 rounds. In fact, we can get 190. I feel like that's a better use for our ton. They're a little bit slower than the previous ones, but they do have unit machinery, which means they'll more likely survive. I don't know, that kind of makes me think, like, why are we even doing unit machinery? When these things get hit, they're just going to die. It's just the way it is. It's the way it always has been. Nothing's going to change that. But they're going to have 12 torpedoes. My God, they're going to flood the waters with torpedoes. I love it. Yeah, okay, let's do the unit machinery and 32 knots. I even am considering maybe trying to get the full... Is there any way we could get the full... Okay, what about this, actually? Hear me out. What if we... Yeah, we can do it. Alright, well I think we're going to do that. We're going to only have 11 torpedoes. I think this is still fine. 11 torpedoes, we get more mines, we have the extra speed. These are going to be a little bit more expensive, but you know what, that's fine. Let's give it a name. Well, it looks like we're going to sneak a little battle tech into this. Anastasius Vogt. That's fine by me. It's a good enough name. These are the destroyers anyway, they don't last long. They come and they go, it's just the way it is. Some migrate. Most of them just don't survive the winter. Okay, we have nothing to worry about for the light cruisers by quite some margin. Bastard from France, we can give him the big middle finger. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Disarmament, 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 disarmament. It's the time. It's the right time. Ah, dang it. Oh my goodness. And this is where we'll call this video to a close. Purpose-built aircraft carriers in the next episode. U.S. torpedo bomber called the Consolidated Victory. It's rumored to be faster than our fastest torpedo bomber. Well, that doesn't take much. Wow, a lot of naval aircraft related stuff. Naval aviation related. Oh wow, this guy's ready to go. Okay, well let's just build him. Didn't design her for nothing. Let's get him built. Yeah, we need to build more. Build more. Let's go with 20. Alright, good. We'll wrap up here. Until the next one, thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care.